ladies and gentlemen, this in-between or neither. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host. And today, 4.6 is dropped, so that means we get to do some test runs. So, today's going to be a little bit short, because we only have 3 test runs to do. We've got Arlecchino, we've got Linny, and then we've also got Freminet. Which, why they didn't do Lynette, I don't know, considering... Well, it's probably because everybody can get at least one copy of Lynette for free. And then Xianling is, well, Xianling. She'll probably be in at least Linny's trial anyway, so... Let's just see how all of this goes. We will start with Arlecchino. Or, as some players who are caught up on the main Archon quest know her, Father. After this, we will be throwing one temple at the banners, just out of, well, I don't want to say out of obligation, but we'll be doing it regardless. And if we get the 5-star, great. If not, well, we'll just have to deal with it. And one more element. So, we're not really going to look at the character description, at least there. We are going to open up and see what Arlecchino is working with. Level 80. With Crimson Moon Semblance, i.e. her polearm. It's supposed to be a scythe, but it doesn't have the long blade until she actually uses it. Personally, I think it's kind of a missed opportunity, but that's just me. Ashen Sun Shadow grants a bond of life equal to a quarter of the max HP when a charged attack hits an opponent. This effect can be triggered once every 14 seconds. In addition, when the equipping character has a bond of life, they gain a 12% damage bonus if the value of the bond of life is greater or equal to than 30% of the max HP. Then they gain an additional 24% damage bonus. If you're going for Arlecchino, go for her weapon, because that's just kind of straightforward. Also, if you have Hu Tao, you might want to consider going for this polearm, because that works out really, really well. And then for artifacts, I want to see if she's running the new set. She is. Fragment of Harmonic Whimsy, which is in the newest area, part of Sumeru. So the 2-piece bonus is an attack buff of 18%. And the 4-piece bonus, when the value of a bond of life increases or decreases, this character deals 18% increased damage for 6 seconds. This is the set designed for her, and I get the feeling that Bond of Life is definitely going to come more into play as the game continues. Based on the fact that this set alone. But then we've got Sucrose and Xingqiu. You guys have probably already seen them. But we have Thoma. What is Thoma doing here? Okay, so we got Thoma with the Chitin Cross Spear. And he's the full Noblesse user. Okay. That's a little weird. But considering he might be the shielder of the group, it might be the best idea to start with him. What? What was that? I don't know if that was just Arlecchino being Arlecchino, or the fact that my computer actually glitched. Part of me doesn't want to find out. So, let's just get this trial rolling and see what we can do here. So, Thoma. And we'll go into ammo testing. Set up Xingqiu's water swords, even though they're on a water target. And then we just... Oh boy! Arlecchino is... Wow. Okay, Arlecchino, Huh. That is really interesting. And she is just tearing through these guys. And her burst actually heals herself too, which is even better. That is just... Alright, bringing in Toma. Bring in Xingqiu to set up the Vaporize. And considering that this is only one target, we don't really need Sucrose to spread elements around. Okay! Arlecchino is just... That was interesting. So, I think her main thing as a Pyro DPS, considering that she also puts the mark on herself, and I think that might be a little bit of a problem, but the fact that she can heal herself is also a decent benefit. I think this is quickly turning into the case of I wouldn't be upset if I actually ended up getting her completely by accident. But I'm not going to go out of my way, mainly because I don't have the resources. Anyway. On to our next character, Lyney, who, if I'm reading the lore correctly, and I know that there are going to be other streamers and other YouTubers, please correct me if I'm wrong, but Lyney is set up to be the next father after Arlecchino. So, that's going to be interesting. Considering Lyney doesn't strike me as the one to actually want to, but he can also manipulate just about anybody. And the fact that he's a freaking magician does not help. And it's been a while since I've actually played as Lyney, so I might be a little out of luck. So this is it's not completely mono pyro, but it's effectively an overload squad. Which, Playo, a little bit of a missed opportunity with Chevreuse. Just say it. Alright, so what do we got? The first great magic, which is Lyney's signature bow. Pyro's Fall the Great. Damage up by charge attacks is increased by 16%. For every party member that has the same elemental type as the wielder, including the wielder themselves. So, for Lyney's case, this is very good with Mono Pyro. If you want to give it to the first character off the top of my head, it is Yelan. But I don't think you want to give this bow to Yelan. I think a child might be a better fit. Point is, if you give it to child, Mono Hydro. If you give it to somebody like Goro, Mono Geo. And so on and so forth. So there's the damage buff. And also your movement speed will be increased. By down here. It's a solid bow. Kind of limits your team options though. And then we've got I should check to see what artifacts he's got. Okay, so he's got a full set of Hunter on him. I don't really know if Hunter actually fits Lyney though. I mean, yeah, you get the normal and charged attack bonus, but I don't think it fully fits. Just saying. But then we've got Shinobu with Iron Sting, and she's on a full set of tenacity. if you want to do her as a reaction trigger, you can also do either Gilded or I was doing the domain today. I can't think of the other domain. Um, it's with Desert Pavilion Chronicle, and I don't remember what the other set is called, and I'm sorry. Um, and then we've got Zhongling and Benny, which you guys have probably already seen before. So now I just got to figure out this team rotation. I think we're gonna start with Zhongling because Benny's going to buff even higher, but he needs to have his burst up. And then, so the way that I'm thinking is Zhongling flip to Shinobu, set up the healing ring, and then go into Lenny. We'll see how well this goes. I make no promises. Alright, so we do this, and we do this, and then we bring in that. So far, so good. Pop into Benny just to get some energy recharge. Drop Guoba. And because Shinobu's ring is down, we'll pop the ring back up.
Now disappear.
The fact that I'm not really using... make sure that Benny's... Set up Pyronado. And... yeah, I'm not really using Lenny's attack. I'm just throwing out... it's fine. There we go. Didn't really need Lenny's basic for that one. Interesting. So far things are going really, really well. But then our last character for our test runs for today will be Freminet. Or, as I like to call him, Frem, because I really don't speak French all that much. Okay. I do kind of wish that they gave a trial to Lynette, so that way we could show her off as well. But... we'll see. Alrighty, so Freminet is kind of a default Eula, if that makes sense. And he is on a freeze crew. I'm not going to show Xingqiu because you guys have already seen him. But we will start with Freminet on the Royal Greatsword. As far as I know, upon damaging an opponent, increases crit rate by 8%, maximum critical hit removes all the stacks. That's actually not that bad. I know the Royal line gets kind of a bad rap, but it's not the worst thing in the world. And then he is on a full set of Blizzard Strayer. So yes, this is a freeze team. Or at least this will be interesting, considering I personally really like freeze. That's just it. That's what works for me. But our next character we're going to look at real quick is Barbara on a full set of Maiden's Beloved. So she is effectively our healer. And she's got Prototype Amber. She is our healer. Xingqiu is here for applying Hydro with Sacrificial Sword, and he's on two-piece in terms of set bonuses, which is fine. And then we've got Mika. Two-piece Tenacity, two-piece Emblem. Okay, so he's HP and Energy Recharge. He's effectively our support, and he's on the Fab Lance. I do not like this character. Because, personally, I don't think he knows what he wants to be just yet. And It just doesn't work well for his kit. There we go. And we will... Because if you notice...
Rain outlines your fate.
His skill is a crossbow shot. There we go. No. This is not working out quite as I intended. Mainly because I need to figure out the rotation. So, we'll go into Xingqiu for Hydra applications. Mika. Femine does not need Mika. Yeah, that's really nice. Honestly, Mika does not need to be here. And I'm completely okay with that. Set that up and... Alright, Piers. Don't go off the edge. There we go. And set up the water.
Witness the power of Guhua. I'll protect us.
There we go. Okay, that was solid. Had to figure out what our rotation was first, but very solid. So now we will exit, and I will give kind of my thoughts. Because I will admit, Arlecchino surprised me. And yeah, the thing is the fact that she applies Bond of Life to herself. So I think that's going to be the biggest problem. At least in terms of what her kit is, but she is very good at being a pyro DPS. If you do not have a pyro DPS that you are comfortable with, by all means, pick her up. Linny's a bit more niche, at least for me, considering he is a bow wielder. And then Freminet, I have Freminet. I've put some stuff on Freminet, and I've actually kind of poked around with him just a little bit. He's not a bad character, but there are others that do his job better, if that makes sense. But yeah, I will admit, I was pleasantly surprised. So let's grab this thing from the battle pass, because if I don't, it's gonna bug me. Hey! Sweet. Some more experience books. Yay. And now, to the moment of truth. Do we actually get Father or not? I am going to do a 10 pull, because I can. And I'm guaranteed a 4-star or higher if I do a 10 pull. That's what I like about doing 10 pulls. So, let's see. I wouldn't mind another Zhongling, considering I only have her at C2. If I get Arlecchino, that would be amazing. Lynette, I'm not as excited about, and then Frem would probably just get another Constellation, which, again, I'm not too hyped on. But, let's see what happens, and go from there. Here goes nothing. 4-star. Okay. There is also a chance that we get one of the weapons, too. Sharpshooter. Ferris. Zhongling! Sweet! C3. Now, is that the only 4-star? Because I've gotten at least a triple before. Ravenbow. Harbinger of Dawn. Cool Steel. Yep, that is the only 4-star. But that's honestly the best I could hope for. Because I've been doing a exclusively 4-star melt team, and I'm trying to figure out which characters to do for that. And Zhongling is one of the characters that is in contention. Next week is when the shops reset, so I'll be able to pick up some stuff then. Let's go into the character menu and moment of truth this thing. Constellation. C3. So now Pyronado is going to get 3 more levels, which is lovely. And here we go. Got her to C3. And what's C4 gonna be? Oh, that increases the duration. Oh boy. Oh boy. That could be fun. That could be fun indeed, but that is for another time. So, as short as this stream actually is, at a whopping 22 minutes, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please make sure to leave a follow and ring that notification bell so you will be notified the next time I go live. On the YouTube channel, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe over there so you don't miss a recap. If you're feeling generous, I do have a Ko-Fi link in the About section of the Twitch channel and in the description of the YouTube videos. Any money generated there will go back towards the channel in some way. And I have a link to my portfolio of D&D Homebrew. I don't guarantee perfection, just something interesting for your next tabletop adventure. I hope to see you guys on Sunday for a... I don't want to call it a double feature, but I'm going to be doing a stream with my buddy Novomancer who is over on YouTube. And then we've got our Viewer's Choice stream after that. So, I hope to see you guys on Sunday for a little bit more of streaming shenanigans. Until then,